that it's going to be Karma. Similar style, similar flavor, wanting to get a whole bunch of that poke and push into this lane. And
I like the most. That's Coca-Cola. It tastes better than Dr. Pepper.
They did it too late. It wasn't
cool.
Dread's going to flash kick, finds Key. They want to put this lane down.
Damn!
And they do so. Immediately guarantee the skill shots. As Afreeca don't want to give this Mountain Drake away. Hanwha are going to pull the Dragon out of the pit. But this is likely going to be a 50-50. Dread just doesn't even go into the pit though. Keen is going to get murdered, and Afreeca Freecs, what just happened? It was a brain fade. So on is going to at least get a resonating strike.
Impetus on them with where the scaling is at. Afreeca is saying we could still fight. I tend to disagree. Yep,
Yukal going to get himself out of position, doesn't have his ultimate, is going to flash. The final chapter is going to land onto Bono, but it's not enough. HLE isn't going to side. The Arctic Assault about the same movement speed as getting kicked. As Dread going to take that piercing arrow, and that hurts so much. Man.
Speaking of hurting, I mean, Hanwha Life is wailing away on this turret.
Yep, they should be able to grab that one as well, as this Mountain Drake is what Afreeca Freecs are looking for. Dread is very low, though.
What are we doing, Afreeca? We're doing nothing. We're doing a lot of nothing.
Yep, Dread is pushing in the mid lane. So1 is pushing in the top lane, and then they go for the desperation play. Good stopwatch there from Dread, but I have a feeling he's going to be dead immediately after this, and he is.
Drags long enough, so they're trying to start the Drake.
And Afreeca Freecs are obliging them with a mid-game team fight. Dread finds himself in the pit once again, wants to go for the 50-50. He's going to steal it, and over the wall goes Tempt. He's at least able to grab that one, but So1 very, very low. Keen wants to use the World Ender, but now it's a double kill for the Akali. Emperor's Divide does land that time. One more order, not enough. And Tempt is going to live.
Hanwha Life will break the mid lane outer turret, first turret of the game. It's going to be that mid lane outer.
And So1 is going to be able to just solo take this turret. And when there's one man on the map demanding that sort of respect.
So, yep, running out of good options here. On a budget, Afreeca have a lot of different playstyles as well. Whoa, okay, where's the communication at?
Well, he's on the hunt. They're going to look for it. It's going to be Yukal having to flash immediately, though, and this is just a disaster. The piercing arrow finds him in the darkness. And now So1 has found Keen. The World Ender is a little bit of a sheepish one as the Afreeca Freecs just throw their mid laner at Hanwha Life and possibly give them a Baron.
They chucked 3 control wards into the same brush as they're trying to face check Baron. Are they just not talking at all?
Maybe not anymore after how this early game has gone. Hanwha Life wondering how they're getting so lucky as Tempt is going to dive into the backline. There's the ulti. Is going to go into the Shroud now as Dread has to get the hell out of there. Flash defensively, and another Q is going to land for about a bajillion damage.
However, it's a triangle of their own.
Yeah, Yukal looking to get out of there. Oh, that sidestep was so sexy from So1.
Spotted already by a control ward, I believe.
Yep, as he walked around the corner there, is on the hunt once again, but I feel like this is just inting faster as the final chapter does come in. It's a good dodge with the you and me. It's Kane over the top. We're looking for the 50-50. We're not going to get it. It was only an Aatrox that was in that pit. No Dread to be seen. He was already dead, and So1 has found more. The kitty cat left on her own is going to be murdered on top of that book. And Hanwha Life are going to sign their names as they push down the mid lane.
Keen's considering joining Hanwha Life. No, took the other direction. He's going to go back to the Afreeca side.
Are we defecting once again?
I mean, maybe for this series at least, it's a consideration. Hanwha Life looking to make it all about them, to knock KT to relegations with any victory today. And, well, Aim 1 seems pretty done and dusted. Just pronounce it Masigno. Like
I know, that's what I used to call it, and I will not change.
From last year to talk about if LCK fails it was. Like, what if we said Hanwha Life?
Imagine it. That was the best team.
Fun questions like, if it's a fully charged Q and it only hits that one person, how much of the health bar does it take?
Well, let's find out. Sangyun, do you have the mana for it? Lands the ultimate. That's going to zone really nicely. Face 0-1. They haven't died so far this game. Their scorelines are really big.
The reason really face check all the other brushes, so I mean, this Baron is by no means what we should crucify them for.
The base race?
What is your other choice? Get face check people with 4,000 gold more than you and die instantly? Like, Obama would be a lot of people as well.
I believe, yeah, Obama would definitely be one of mine also. Stephen Fry can listen to talk for forever.
Dread lost all of his health. Oh, that one missed.
Oh, there's the ultimate, just the edge.
That means the
Q.
Q.
Getting out of the way. Mikhail's Crucible was decent, but Aiming doesn't have enough buttons. He is able to survive for much longer than expected, but the turret not going to be so lucky. Backflip comes down, Tempt damn, these 5-point strikes are hurting so much from the Akali. Afreeca Freecs relegated to their fountain, and now the inhibitors are going to start falling. All 3 inhibitor turrets dealt with. Hanwha Life now on the cusp of a gigantic
Try to close the game with their lack of range, though. Even on hit Varus, not fantastic in a siege spot, so they're going to have to try and force something.
Yep, last chapter comes down, another Chains of Corruption. I swear, it's been basically a team fight since the last one, as 2 kills with 1 arrow. The Nexus turret number 2 gonna go down. The rest of Hanwha Life are just trying to mop up some kills. We'll make that a triple as aiming. Can you donate the pentakill to Songyun? Your Nexus ain't gonna survive long enough, and Hanwha Life are gonna do it again.
Hanwha Life, or a mid laner. It's gonna be the Rise. Rise versus Azir. Definitely a long time matchup, but I don't know if we've seen it with the newest colors. Ouchies.
Yep, potential dive come in here as there's the flash from Yukal. Doesn't land the E first, but Temp may still be dead. No, he's going to be able to pick up the shield from the shifting sands. Let's see if Keen is going to be more lucky as so on. That is huge damage from the Q and the healing.
Bruisers, but not necessarily frontline tanks on the side of Afreeca as Yukal face checks.
Yep, Dread is going to be here though. Abducts over the wall. The Abscond is going to land. Tempt trying to get in here in time. Aftershock is now down as they're looking for Yukal. He gets pushed off his Realm Warp into the open arms of the bottom lane of Hanwha Life. Gets over the wall with the Blast Cone, but he's in enemy territory as Bono's going to find him. Tempt ends up locking down the kill though, and now Dread into the back line, tries to take the lantern, has to use it. He's going to get out, but that is 2 kills now for Hanwha.
He tried to flash on top of the lantern ride, did not get any value out of that as far as I can tell. So, given all of that, the kill goes the way of Hanwha Life again. Bono did a lot of damage to open, and his passive was of mega value.
Yeah, just gigantic. I loved the Emperor's Divide though. Looked like it missed, but it just denied any exit as in goes the Afreeca Freecs with so much damage onto Senin. Bono's going to go down first though. Teleport invested here from
Ultimate. Pays the ultimate price in the Infernal, the insult upon injury.
Yep, this series is probably lost on most. This is certainly not expected. There's going to be a really great wall. Arctic Assault in perfect timing and in perfect unison. R button not available for the Aatrox either as he's going to move back in. Ruthless Predator, Soan's looking for it, finds it. There is Dread looking to get in. Flash already used by Bono. Keen is going to go down first, but can Bono be the follow-up kill? Aftershock kept him alive for so much longer as now Soan's looking to follow. There it is! And he is the Ruthless Predator, culling the Meek in the top lane.
Good shot coin, spot lane.
Yep, aiming, gonna pick one up. The culling's there, but the minion wave available for the Afreeca Freecs. Hanwha with a bit as well. Another teleport going to be invested. Can it actually be some huge 4-man Empress Divide? That is Tempt dictating the pace of this game. Dread finds himself in the backline. Senin throws out a lantern, saves Dread's life, but Shelly should be taken. Hanwha haven't suffered a casualty yet, and that's going to continue to be the fact. Tempt following after Dread, and the Sand Soldiers unrelenting onto this Silas. He's in enemy territory, lands the Abscond, and is able to take down the Azir, but he'll suffer his life for the cost. Now Afreeca going to pick up the aggro on this Drake. Possibly going to be going for a 50-50 as it's going to releash after healing back some of its health. And Hanwha Life desperate for this dragon to actually go back into the pit and calm down so they can establish position. It is going to be the 50-50. It's taken by Keen, of all people. The culling onto Bono, but he's pretty tanky as now Soan will kill Senin. But they'll trade it double in the optimal choice, the reason why you picked this champion. But he's unable to do anything by himself. The back pocket of the Sejuani, and will be charging against this outer turret top lane. So one's going to get all the local gold as well, continuing that snowball. But item number 2 is going to be very strong as Hanwha are going to move on over and take the Mountain Drake. They're going to sacrifice their outer turret mid lane to do it.
It's risky because there must be quite a lot of unspent gold. Sung is actually way behind in items compared to aim.
Oh yeah, aiming is ahead as far as farm is concerned, but yeah, not that far ahead. As Afreeca Freecs setting themselves up. That's a high-value piercing arrow as there's the ult. Aiming immediately is going to cleanse it, though, as Soan looking for the backline. Doesn't use too much As here's the fight. Chains of Corruption, high value, but finally Bono has found himself a smite. Dread goes golden. Bono does exactly the same, as Key can't get any value, but Bono's able to get the kill onto Dread. Afreeca now starting this fight as it's the Thunderdome for Keen. The ultimate, we've got to teleport out of Keen, as now Hanwha, they want to take this fight. Realm Warp right into the back of the pit, but the stun is going to come forward. Renekton is the one that takes the Baron somehow, but Keen found himself in the pit. Emperor's Divide is decent, but it's only onto Dread, and Azir will be falling down, and now we've got that Thunderdome scenario immediately. Everyone exiting. Blast Cone is good, as Sungyun finds himself 1v1 against Keen. Not a position he wants to do. Barons are alive.
Run,
as
Sungyun!
Sungyun's trying to get out.
He's fast.
Yeah, Yukal finds the right position, and the Varus is going to do that at some point, as now Tempt is being fought off. Now looking for the fight, gets the flash. Emperor's Divide, they find the Lucian, and Tempt turns a bad situation.
That one was next level. Tempt is just YOLOing on anyone who looks at him funny. I think everyone needs to soften their eyes when Tempt's around.
Yep. I love this from Hanwha Life. They're able to bait so effectively. It's like, oh yeah, we're a 7th, 8th place team. I mean, we're 8th, 9th place team. We could definitely just make a really bad choice. And then Tempt walks on by as if he was caught out and turns it around entirely. That's going to spell Inhibitor potentially, but definitely Inhibitor turret. As in they go, they find a piercing arrow. Senin not going to get stunned up, and that is a very golden man in the middle of the fight. But Dread is going to be taken down after that moment. And now Keen is fighting against 3 people. Not sure whether it's going to be good enough. The healing's pretty huge though. Flashes forward, gets the Varus, the culling.
That's right, this is when you buy your sandwiches and they've already had all the crust chopped off.
Yep.
And that means your hair's never curly out.
Of the Drakes is still very, very clearly in favor of Afreeca Freecs.
Live roster, so it may not be guaranteed, but I think there's potentially a lot of good inroads here. But
make that play yet again. I mean, Tempt only used an E in order to get there. An ult's going to whip yet again, though, and that's a hook landing onto the Crocodile. Senin explodes in the front line as Redemption does so much healing. Chains of Corruption was hijacked, though. Gets a lot of value as Tempt goes golden with his Zhonya's and has to get out of there. The Varus once again in a horrible position as so on, just looking to be the sacrificial lamb as Key gets knocked up, but does have a...
I believe, for the Afreeca Freecs.
Yep. They are going to be able to take that one down against the flow of play. That's going to even out the goals. Not to mention the fact that Tempt probably should be pressing his ultimate button during a team fight. He wasn't able to find his considerable score line. You can see 3,000 gold is the lead for the Azir, but if you can't translate that gold into anything meaningful, this is what's going to happen. That gold graph is going to go up until it plummets all the way down. And this is not one of those games where you look at the compositions and say, oh, Afreeca Freecs scaling is heck good. I mean, even though it is against a Renekton and things like that, the thing that's tipping it over in the scaling department is those 2 Infernal Drakes that are making Aaron aiming, tries to get the poke damage, but takes a Lantern to get to safety. Play further up now on the low range carry, but still not able to get any work done on this turret, as aiming is at least able to get that auto attack with the rapid fire cannon. See, these inhibitor turrets are actually pretty healthy. All right, Chains of Corruption, Senin immediately going to cancel that one out. Dread, he's able to get in there. The rest here is aiming's going to move on over. Arden Blaze not going to find the target. That doesn't really matter. Keen's found the flank, gets into the backline, looks for the knockups. Key is going to look for the stun, but he's not going to quite get there. Bono not able to get out, but the redemption is huge. Finally, the ultimate comes down from Tempt, and it is Senin that's fallen. Sungyun gets out of the way of aiming, and he hits the ward. Oh no! The Elder Drake has been started. We're looking for a reset here as Sowan is over the wall, and he can't press Q fast enough. Dread takes down the Crocodile. Keen might have his Guardian Angel popped from a very angry Elder Drake. As the ward comes in, teleports go down, but it's not fast enough. Afreeca Freecs.
Triple weight pincer.
Yep, we're looking for it. Keen gonna get stopped there by Bono, but he can get over the wall with the Umbral Dash, and Sungyun in such a precarious spot. Not gonna be stopping that gigantic Aatrox, but no! Oh, the flash is gonna be utilized. Down goes the Varus, another Emperor's Divide, but that against Hanwha Life.
Keen's been waiting for a moment to shine in this series. He had a couple of back-to-back team fights that he looked great in. We're going to a game 3. So much on the line. Not lost on the Afreeca Freecs members in game number 2.
Yeah, these Nexus turrets are evaporating. You're exactly right, Papa. Afreeca Freecs will be able to take down this Nexus. Oh man, remember, their race. We're going late. is what Hanwha was saying.
We got scoops, we got hemoplagues, and we've got that lamb
To get those stacks in, but Key has to flash to get himself out of the way. Bono is distracted by a blue buff, and Afreeca are just continuing. Bono has to flash. The flash forward from Aiming. They find the Q. Aiming finds the kill.
No! With that possibility of communication, Afreeca could still mess it up.
Hook is going to land. All three of them are down here. Yep,
they messed it.
Throws his life away. As Dread, he's soloing down the Infernal Drake, and he says to Aiming, just don't give it away. Don't get over here. And he isn't. The Drake is going to go down. So Dread
making it real fast. So
oh, hell yeah.
They're definitely going to be able to pick up this turret. It'll Jace the solo gold.
Comes down. And spotted by Aiming. Killer Instinct is going to come in and just pops him. See you later, Spider Lady. It's going from Lucian to Avaris.
This is going to hurt.
As Dread is just going to wander over. Hit Key.
He got his aftershock. That's important.
Just dodges over the death sentence. And there is the seismic shove that Temp did not want to take. UCal right there in time. Senin dredge lining over. Depth charge.
None of the people on Afreeca Freecs ever even remembered the jungle was in the game. Welcomed by turret. Nice set piece here from Afreeca.
Yeah, that's a clean one. That's not what we would check that.
Afreeca's going to take another freeze turret here because it turns out that
we were having this conversation asking about whether or not there was a 0 kills game.
What do? You lose a turret every time.
Yep. The Dream Siege composition is coming together here on a hell of a lot. As Weaver's well set up once again. I've seen this play before, Papa.
It's no counterplay.
Yeah. There's a reason why. They kill like Lamb's Pride just lasts too long. There's Hook is going to land here on the Senin. They get the play, they get the flash out of him as well. His depth charge comes forward. Aftershock is decent, but all the C is going to be there. Sorry, CC. Nautilus is dead, not able to get the pickoffs just yet as Key, taking a lot, but Soan gets in there. Okay, he's just going to die. Great timing. Seismic shove there from UCal.
Kindred is pretty fast. That's not bad.
Yep, Bono's going to make his way over here. It's going to be pretty late that Afreeca find out that they are there, but it doesn't matter. The game state is as to why this is such an anemic build on the Emo meta.
And it feels
Freecs want to build.
It's a harsh one.
Yep. Weaver's Well comes out yet again as Dread does have the ultimate available. The lifeline does come down. He gets booped off it. Flashes to get back on top. Tempt almost gets solo, but is able to get that. UCal not going to. Oh no. That repel, not exactly the option you want to go for, and that's what buys the time for Afreeca Freecs to take down their first inhibitor turret. Top side of the map, Keen's still getting work done as someone is looking for it. Control Ward's going to spot him. As the Vladimir does have to make his way towards top side now. No opportunities for Soan. He's been looking for them all game.
Kindred on the way, is rejoining the team.
No flash available this time, as every time these Void Seekers land, it is so scary. Bono down to half health now. Cocoon's gonna go wide. Dread, like you say, has turned back up again. Shock blasts flying through, and the siege of this Afreeca squad, pretty considerable actually.
Be respectful of feathers, of sand soldiers. There is still threat here from Hanwha Life.
Well, there's the flash play. Respectful of that is a difficult one, and no Lamb's Respite, no life for Dread. The cooldown just about to come back up, but it's not actually there.
See the difficulty. They can't just make the set piece play. They've got them all those free turrets. They will eventually get the inhibitor.
All right, another gold injection. This time around, we're going to see whether Dread can at least the first shot in danger.
Didn't go Mercure Scimitar like I presumed he did a moment ago.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull the trigger at some point, right? Remember, UCal can be there in a moment's notice when he is only a lane away. He has pulled the trigger now. Yep, but the rest of the team is just in the
spotted
base.
On a control ward too.
Yep, spotted on another control ward now, and Afreeca, they are going to have first roam to get on over here. Can they find it? Dredgeline doesn't find the mark, as there's the Sanguine pull. We've thrown in the Lantern, but it's too far for Soan to get back. Oh, he flashes onto it, picks that one up, but Gilly Stars is an afterthought. No Void Seeker, but that one would have killed Soan. Remember, this is AP Kai'Sa. And Afreeca Freecs, despite the fact that they weren't able to kill Soan, they were still able to get the pick they were looking for, and now are in once again a siege scenario. This composition works so well in that regard, especially now that they have double Mountain Drake. Dread almost doesn't have his life, though. It would be good if they had that guy still alive. Not a lot of life steal either in this build.
Closing the game here with this much AoE damage. It's very difficult. Xayah can kill these minions.
Ow. Oh, God.
Just stop it.
It continues. Keen's going to have another Shock Blast real soon. Oh, the fountain. Thank goodness.
just causes you like to have a tremor every time it happens. So much damage.
There's another one. Okay, 7. Oh,
another
just
TP.
Gets all the value. Yeah, Tempt going for the flank this time. Makes it back to his team. Good sidestep. That would have killed you, Key, I think. I've underestimated that damage before, and do it at your peril. Aiming is extraordinarily strong. All of the inhibitors are now dead. All of the teleports have been expended. It's going to have to be that straight up 5v5 team fight, and Hanwha Life is going to have to pray for a miracle.
Oh yeah, I mean at this point it feels like old AP Nidalee spears with a cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
Now of course it's way later in the game, you need a lot more gold to do it, but I'm feeling pretty visceral here as there's that wall.
Yeah, Yukal's going to jump off it, just trying to get them onto split up territory, and in the space of the CC bar, Tempt trying to get out as well as do some damage. He's unable to. Dread locks down that kill, and it looks like Afreeca Freecs have done it. They've kept their playoff dreams alive. Dread is going to murder himself, but he's just having fun. He's on his favorite champion. Aiming needed that big shield as the Ignite ticks down, but Keen, he keeps his wits around him, and they will be able to take down the Nexus. A 2-1 victory is pivotal here for the Afreeca Freecs. Their place and bumping Gen G out of that playoffs race. Kingzone, no chance of making it into playoffs, but Gen G still with a shot. Be it a marginal one, they do need to get.